Okay guys, so we're back with another cooking thing. So we're going to make this macaroni and cheese is something that's like, it's not my family's recipe, but it's been made in my family for so long that it's like kind of become kind of a quasi-family recipe. And we're going to do a couple different versions of it, or 3 different versions of it. So we're going to do the original, which is just, you know, elbows, cheese, which is just a medium cheddar, and Monterey Jack. Normally I would use Tillamook on this because it's just better, but couldn't find it all. It was all sold out, so we went Winco.
And you want 8 ounces.
8 ounces of each cheese, I'll explain all that in the recipes. So we couldn't find any pepper jack shredded, so I'll have to shred some for myself. And we're going to do this one. Is going to be a spicy one, and I'm going to put jalapenos in this one because I want to try it. I've never done it before, so this will be first. And I think we've made it with bacon before, so we're going to do shells and cheese, and it's going to be the standard recipe with bacon. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to put the bacon in yet. I think I'm going to cook it, chop it up a little bit, throw some in, maybe throw some pieces on top, you know, sprinkle it in. And I have jalapenos for this that I will probably do the same. I'll chop some of it up and then I'll throw some on top, you know. And then we bake it. So, and that's kind of the gist of it, and we'll get to cooking. Alright, when preparing your pans, you gotta kind of grease them. You can use Pam or some fat-free stuff. We're using whole butter, just because it does a good job too, and it doesn't stick, you know. And I just put a little in here and I spread it around. I melt a little bit of butter.
And you do this right as you're boiling your pasta.
Yeah, we're getting ready to boil our pasta right now. And Pam works good. I mean, if you spray it in, it makes it easier, but we didn't really have any either, so we don't use a lot of sprays.
I mean, this is comfort food. It's supposed to be.
We're not, yeah, this isn't a diet food. This is macaroni and cheese.
Right? It's supposed to be buttery and delicious. That's
right. Now boil our noodles. Now you don't want to fully cook your noodles when you're getting ready to bake them, because you want them a little al dente so they don't get too soft. We've only been boiling for about 8 minutes or so, not even that long, I don't think. And see, the noodle's still pretty al dente. It's soft, but still hard.
And that's what you want.
That's what you want.
Yeah, because you're going to have to bake it, and you don't want soggy noodles.
That's right. So now it's time to drain it. Alright, now that we've got the pasta nice and al dente, we put a whole stick of butter in a pan. That's a half a cup of butter. Or margarine. And medium heat. Yes. So you melt the butter over medium heat.
And this is the stuff you can't walk away from it.
No.
Yes.
This is the crucial time for the butter and the mixture itself, because you've really got to pay attention, because you start mixing things, you got to keep it moving and get it just right. Or, like I say, you're going to be boiling milk, so you got to keep it stirring so you don't scorch it and everything else. So it's a lot of this is the part that's, you know, you can really mess up the whole thing if you don't do it right. But it's not hard, but you can't walk away from it.
Yeah. You got to baby it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So I like to use a whisk when I have one, but I don't have one. I don't know what happened to our whisk. I think we got rid of it. But you get the butter melted, and kind of calm it down a little bit. We don't want it boiling, really. A little bit. We want it boiling a little bit. And then we got a teaspoon each of salt and pepper. So you stir that in, get it moving around.
And this is the mixture for every single one of ours. Even if you were changing the cheese on the spicy one,
right,
you still do the exact same thing.
Exact same thing. The only thing we might do different on the bacon and the jalapeno is we might throw some like jalapenos in.
Yeah, and we'll show you.
End. So that, and then we throw the flour in.
Half a
cup of flour.
Yep.
And then whisk this all together. Medium heat. You don't want it too hot. You want to get it moving around and get it all mixed together. And you're thinking, what are you doing? Don't worry, the milk is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Pour in, this is 4.5 cups of milk. This is where you gotta stir constantly so as not to scorch it.
And everything gets dissolved really good.
Yeah.
It's like there's a process to this, which just makes it amazing.
Mm-hmm. All right, we've got it going now. Now we need to stir the cheese in. It's just started to boil. Like I say, you gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. Don't want it to scorch. Gotta keep stirring it until the cheese is all mixed in. So that was cheddar. Now the Monterey Jack's going in. So good. It smells delicious. I might have to change stirrers.
Yeah, this does help. Like if you have two.
It does help.
I
mean, I can do it. I can do it by myself, but
yeah,
it really helps when you have another person. Oh, look at that.
It is, you guys. Seriously, this is dangerous macaroni and cheese. I'm telling you.
If usually a pan never makes it home. There are never leftovers.
No, ever. That's the first thing that goes is the mac and cheese.
I get to where, like, if I bring this somewhere, I never bring it in a pan of mine. I always bring it in a foil pan. Like, all right, well, if there are leftovers, which there rarely not, you know, it's like, well, just throw it away. You know, I don't have to worry about taking a dirty dish home.
Oh, so good, you guys. Okay, so you drain your macaroni. That's what it looks like, al dente.
Al dente, and see, and it doesn't have to. You don't have to keep it warm or anything like that.
No.
You can do this whenever, but then you pour this all over the top, like so. Oh, look at all that cheese.
It is super cheesy yumminess.
Gotta get all the cheese. Oops, I dipped the pan in the cheese. That's all right.
And you want to bake these uncovered.
Uncovered at 375 for 20 to 30 minutes, depending on your elevation and or how hot your oven cooks, you know, or how fast or whatever.
All right, on to the next one.
Yep.
That's your normal one, the plain one.
That's just your basic salt, pepper, macaroni, and cheese. All right, starting on the second batch. We've already got the noodles ready to go. Now we're getting this ready to boil, and you got to stir it constantly. You got to keep it moving. So, I mean, I think I mentioned it before, but man, if this milk scorches, you're done for. And it's basically you're
gonna start all over again.
You basically got to start all over again. But you want to get this just bubbling before you mix the cheese in, because you don't want to put the cheese in too early, because then it won't melt right. But you want this just bubbling. I think it's almost there. But you can't let it sit for too long. You gotta keep it moving. It's gotta be getting close.
Oh yeah, I just saw a bubble, I think.
Did you?
Maybe not.
I can feel it moving. There it is. Yeah,
there it is, yep.
See it?
Okay, now you want to put the cheese in.
Now, yeah, I can feel the pan starting to rattle. So now we'll put the cheese in, and we're going to put the bacon in this one.
So it's the same exact cheese.
I'm going to change stirrers to this so I can roll it. Same cheeses. Go ahead and put the other cheese in there. Put that in. Dump it in there. Yes. And roll it around. Stir it. Like I say, whisk is really nice with this because it kind of lets everything kind of roll around, but a little spatula like this works good too. I can turn the heat down a bit. Alright, pour that bacon in there.
Okay, so I've got chopped bacon right here. And that goes into the cheese mixture.
Don't lose any bacon.
Bacon! Get every last bit.
That's right. And we'll mix that in there. Oops, sorry. You need to hit your camera.
Oh, yummy.
Everybody just heard that on the microphone. Whack! Yeah, now that bacon's mixing in there. And we'll throw a few pieces of bacon on top.
So here's the other pasta, just like before, except it's the shells.
Shells, cheese, and bacon. Bacon!
And you can do as much, I mean,
yeah.
Is there a rule to bacon? Not really.
Not really. We just did, I think there's like 4 pieces of bacon we chopped up in this, and we're going to put some on top too. We're going to cut up some bigger pieces. We chopped up some small pieces that were kind of messy looking, and we baked them in the air fryer. Not the air fryer, but our little, like, I guess, toaster oven.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do bacon. There's no splatter, there's no mess. You can put it on wax paper and cook it in a pan or in a basket, whatever you have on your little thing, and just bake it for like 20 minutes.
Bacon comes out good every time.
Every time. There's no burning, there's no smoke in your house, and then you can let the pan sit in the air fryer for a bit, let it all solidify. Then if you say you're someone who saves your bacon grease, now you just have to scoop your bacon grease out, put it in your container. Right. Or if you don't use your own bacon grease, you can just pull the tissue paper out or the wax paper out and just throw it away. See how nice and evenly cooked this bacon is when you cook it in the air fryer. There's no like dry spots. I mean, it's a little crispy on the ends, probably where it was closer to the edge, but you know. But you don't want it too overdone. See how it's real soft still? Because it's going to bake. And we're just cutting some big chunks up to throw on top just for aesthetics, I guess. And a little surprise bonus bacon, you know.
Can't have too much.
Can't have too much bacon, you know. And if you don't want as much grease like we just did, we put it on a plate with a paper towel and just we let it set with the bacon on it so that it would kind of soak up some of the grease. I mean, obviously it's bacon. It's comfort food. You know.
And you just put it on.
Sprinkle it on there like pepperoni.
I like that.
Just like that.
Alright, let's do the spicy one.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to do the spicy cheese, or the spicy mac and cheese. So we've got shredded
just starting to
pepper jack. And then we have the Colby Jack cheese.
I wanted this to be a little whiter cheese, a whiter looking cheese on this one, so that it would be easy to tell which one was the spicy and which one wasn't. We could probably go ahead and mix in the peppers now.
So then here's jalapeno peppers.
Jalapeno peppers. I found a red one. Red ones tend to be less spicy, and if you're concerned about spice, cut the seeds out and the white parts. The green parts tend to not be as spicy as the internals.
Yeah.
That's where all the heat comes from. Oh yeah, look at that. See how it's a little bit not so dark yellow as the other ones, and it's actually a little creamier.
That one's gonna be really good, I think.
All right, now we're pouring it on top of the Zito. So you just want to get this all melted before, and you know it doesn't take that long. Once you get it all melted and it's all creamy like this, you just pour it right on the noodles. Make sure your noodles are ready before you start doing your cheese, because the noodles can set. And like I say, the noodles need to be al dente so that when you bake them, they don't get mushy. And there it is. And we'll throw some, I got a lid here, and then I kept some sliced jalapenos on, so we'll throw some, I got some of that red one still. I'll put a little green one on here, just for looks, you know, happy little peppers.
And there, we're gonna put these in the oven. So there's your spicy macaroni and cheese, your bacon macaroni and cheese, and the original macaroni and cheese. I did this video a long time on my channel, just the plain one like this.
I actually cooked it.
Yeah, you did cook it, yeah. And this stuff is good. So there's your 3 types of mac and cheese. We're gonna bake these up, and then we'll share with you guys what it looks like when it's done.
It's so this is the bacon one. They're fresh, hot, fresh out of the oven.
So it took about, for all 3 of them?
We put all 3 of them at the same time, so we baked all 3 at the same time, 30 minutes, and they're all perfect. You can see how it just gets a little crispy on the top. And down, once you cut down and below, it's just cheesy goodness. Yeah. You know.
And then here is
this is the regular. This is the original.
And then, oh my gosh.
And then you got the jalapeno, or the spicy with the Zito. That looks good. That looks good. It smells good.
All right, let's plate them up.
No, let's eat them all.
All right, you guys, here it is all plated up. That's the bacon one. Look at all that cheese. Oh my gosh.
There's the OG original, just salt, pepper, and cheese. And there's the jalapeno.
So I'll leave the recipes down in the description box below, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Give Mr. Pookie a big thumbs up because I tell you what, he is the best cook. And if you guys have tried this, let me know how you like it.
And if you guys have tried any recipe, like if you want to try a recipe that like maybe you like use this and like I want to put mushrooms in it or something you might like to do with it, you know, give it a shot, see if you like it, you know, and share it with us. See what you've done.
Yeah.
So
awesome. All right.